families weren't the only ones searching through the debris today. The National Weather Service was out in Appomattox County surveying the damage.
They were carefully looking at the damage to determine the strength of the storm. For more on what the National Weather Service found, we turn now to Storm Team 10 meteorologist Jonathan Kegas, who continues our live team coverage in Evergreen. Jonathan?
Good evening, guys. Yeah, the National Weather Service, as you mentioned, was out here in full force, but you don't need me or the Weather Service to tell you how destructive these tornadoes were, at least this one here in Evergreen. As you can see, the damage we've been showing you since last night. They do have a very, very important job, though, and that's how we now know how strong this tornado was. And again, behind me, you can see the destruction. Some of the things that they're looking for, not only the damage of itself, but how sturdy the homes are and what kind of structure it is. Say a mobile home is much more easily damaged than a sound structure, or a wood house versus a brick house. So that's some of the things that the National Weather Service takes into account when they try to determine just how strong that tornado is. After they go along and do the damage assessments, and then they try to find out where the tornado started by looking at radar imagery from when the storm was going on, and then just trying to find where the path started, measuring how long the track was and how wide that track was. In this case, this tornado was about 400 yards wide and about 13 miles long. You can see again the path of destruction that it carved. And again, with that rating coming in at EF3 with those winds of 136 to 165 miles per hour, guys.
Jonathan, what are we seeing behind you right now? The camera's kind of tight on you, but what kind of damage are you looking at right there from where you're standing?
Yeah, if we can zoom out just to give you perspective, this house behind me here made of brick, so one of the more sturdy structures here, but you see the roof is caved in. We were talking about EF1 damage. First thing you look for is maybe shingles blown off, windows blown out. You can see this damage much more extensive than that. We're talking about 110 or so mile-per-hour winds there. That's more EF2. Back in the distance there, we can see the house. That is just completely devastated. The whole second floor blown off, collapse coming in, and that's some of the EF3 damage that the National Weather Service found today. And again, that's those winds up to 165 miles per hour. Reporting live in Evergreen tonight, Jonathan Kegas, WSLS 10.
All right, thank you, Jonathan. And like you said, the National Weather Service has been out all day assessing that damage to determine the strength of the storm that touched down in the area.
I'll tell you what, for a complete breakdown of the very latest information, we want to go over to Storm Team 10 Chief Meteorologist Jeff Hanowich. Jeff?
Yeah, guys, what we have put together is kind of a list of all the tornadoes that did fall yesterday. And I want to start off by showing you first and foremost that in addition to the Evergreen tornado, we did have a tornado confirmed near Ararat in Patrick County. That was an EF1, winds of 95 to 105 miles per hour. The path length was 1.75 miles. Of course, Jonathan just said that the Evergreen tornado was an EF3, winds of 136 to 165 miles per hour, the path length of 13 miles. In Waverly, we had an EF1 tornado, winds of 100 to 110 miles per hour. That path length was 9 miles per hour. And we also had an EF3 in Tappahannock yesterday, winds of 140 miles per hour at the path length of 28 miles. I do want to show you some video that was taken by a drone. And one of the things Jonathan was talking about was the survey team. When you see damage from a tornado, generally speaking, you see trees falling in any direction possible, north, south, east, west, okay? When you look at straight line wind damage, all the trees and damage fall into the same direction. So if you look at this video, you'll firmly notice that all the trees are falling in different directions, a telltale sign that this was indeed a tornado. That's among the things that the National Weather Service was looking at today. And those sites from Appomattox County just are incredibly hard to see.